Well, look no further than Irrational Times. Using only the finest instruments to create an experience that your ears will thank you for later. Irrational Times attempts to elevate the whimsy to a desirable level. New songs and sketches every week, so check it out.
Idiot boogie bumper. Idiot boogie bumper. Idiot boogie bumper. Idiot boogie bumper. Idiot boogie bumper.
He's really giving that one a workout. Come on.
DLive.tv/JJ Stoner. And we love JJ here on the show.
It's the JJ Stoner Spring Collection, the perfect attire for any and every occasion you can think of this season. Like we were in the mosh pit full of sweat and everyone's slapping, hitting, and pulling on you. This shit won't rip! Lunch at your favorite cafe? Brunch with the girls? These stylish ensembles will give you the confidence you need to look and feel your best. Or if you're getting arrested for possession, it comes with a built-in police stick-proof body armor. Keep swinging, pigs! Call now, and your order will come with a complimentary ounce of that dankest bubblegum slurricane that the South has to offer. Don't forget the wall tapestry! If you need to cover your wall, it works!
Hello, my name is Frozen Asian, and I'd like to tell you about my show, The Sunday Night Shit Show, every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Along with good conversations and laughing at funny and weird shit we find on the internet, we also have the Hat Cam, where I showcase my myriad of great-looking hats. Here is a testimonial from a great friend of mine who has enjoyed my hats lately.
I hope your next hat is a bullet. Jesus Christ, what are you, fucking Asian Dick Tracy? What's wrong with you? Why do you have to ruin my evening? Like, I was gonna just listen to my buds do their show, and you just gotta do that. You do the show without the hat.
So you're not enjoying it?
No!
Dude, Asian
come
Dick
on,
Tracy.
secretly you enjoy it.
You look
No.
like you're going undercover in Argentina, but it's not working.
I hate you. I hate you. and I
Oh,
hate
come
your
on, you
stupid
secretly love it.
hat. No, I openly hate it.
And there you have it. So subscribe to the Sunday Night Shit Show at youtube.com/Sunday Night Shit Show. And hope to see you there on Sunday nights. Bye.
Feeling depressed? Need someone to tell you it's not okay? Do you like goth public access TV? Then join me for The Big Empty every Sunday at noon. Major_Tom on DLive, with zeros for O's, because everything in your life is that difficult.
There's a place that we can go to watch old things. All the warm, fuzzy member berries it brings. It's a special little spot tucked away on DLive. Enjoy the joy of Pepsi. Campy old movies and old cartoons. We hope to see you over there very soon. It's our special little spot tucked away on DLive. Enjoy the joy of Pepsi. When we were kids and there wasn't any school, we'd sit and watch all the best cartoons, eating cereal until it was noon. We never thought that 30 years later it'd still be cool. Saturday night and cheesy movies, the ones that used to show us movies. It's our special little spot tucked away on DLive. Enjoy the joy of Pepsi. Enjoy the joy of Pepsi. Enjoy the joy of Pepsi. This just in.
The global officials that can help all, also known as Got You, have now banned all boogieing and boogie-related movements worldwide. Public safety is the main concern, they say, and people are reminded that boogieing is contagious. Anyone caught boogieing will be dealt with in the harshest terms police have reported. More at 11.
Sometimes this world can get you down. There's just one thing you can do. You gotta get back up and shake it all around. No one's gonna tell me how I'm gonna boogie. Come on, everybody boogie bumper tonight. No one's gonna tell me how I'm gonna boogie. Come on, everybody boogie bumper tonight. No one's gonna tell me how to boogie. Come on, everybody boogie bumper tonight.
Evelyn, Ray, Made USA.
Hey Patriots, this is your favorite Southerner, Doc Martin. Just wanted to remind you to put on your calendars to join me and your favorite ne'er-do-well Yankee, Bill D'Angelo, on Saturday nights, beginning with Promises Kept at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by The Speakeasy with all of your favorite Patriots. You never know what we might cuss and discuss.
That's right, Doc Martin. This is everybody's favorite Yankee, Phil D'Angelo speaking. And on Saturday night, we could have Kimmy, Y-Censored, affectionately known as Electrolux, the original Grandma, UK Neil, Rusty and his famous sound test show, Coffee Talk with Sandra, Earth Citizen, Stefan, the infamous Grandma Sears, Mac Daddy may even make a show up, or virtually anyone else in the world for some irrelevant fun.
Yankee, you mean some irreverent fun. So be sure to join us on Twitch, Periscope, D-Live, or YouTube.
That's right, Doc. Follow us at Winning TV on all of those channels.
So be sure and put it on your calendar. We'll be looking for you. We'll leave the porch light on.
I still think it's irrelevant fun.
But why are you farming for coins when you have a heavy bag?
Check it out! I blinded us with science!
But why are you farming for coins when you have a heavy bag?
The cherry popper. The cherry popper.
We have a very big push on to have auto plants and other plants, many other plants. You're not being singled out, believe me, Mary, I promise. Okay? But to have a lot of plants from a lot of different items built in the United States, and it's happening.
Oh shit! Everything just froze. Hold
Is it
on.
still frozen or are we on?
No, we're on, but we're frozen. Hold on a second. Yeah, the app's completely frozen. Oh, there we go. Finally, it popped back up. There we go. I don't know what happened there. Oh well.
We have been beleaguered with technical difficulties this evening.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Mega Promises Kept, everybody. So glad you could join us for another fun Saturday night. Yankee, we didn't even get to really talk before. I hope you've had a good week.
I don't know. Somebody in the Periscope audience doesn't like me. Life of Sarcasm, hate the guy's guts. I don't know. What did I do to you?
What?
Somebody hates my guts. It's okay, though. I got a lot of people that hate my guts.
Well,
I'm cool with that.
that's
All right.
okay. We're not everybody's cup of tea, but it's more important to be their shot of whiskey. Some of you are their shot of whiskey. So have you had a good week?
I was busy working all week. I worked a lot of hours this week. It's a good thing. A lot of people
It is
still
called
are
job
not
security.
working.
My daddy
here.
always says.
A lot of people are still not working here in New York. I think all of New York City is still shut down. They're still on lockdown.
That is unbelievable. I don't know who he thinks he's going to be mayor of if he keeps this up, or governor of, if his state starts going down, because that's got to be one of the biggest sources of revenue for you. So it's like, cutting your nose off to spot your face. Absolutely.
I can't show my Daily Boogie shirt off there.
Ooh, I see it. I love it. Go Bookster.
So,
Well,
I guess we
here
gotta go
it
into
is
it, right?
buzzing. We were out yesterday. I dragged my daughter out shopping, and I don't even know what the rules or the laws are, really. Last I heard, if you had so many COVID cases, you had to wear a mask, but I just don't care. I don't pay them any mind. I waltzed into Kroger the other day, and nobody said a word to me, did not have a mask on, shopped very pleasantly. And as far as I know, I didn't get any darts in my back or anything. Nobody said a word to me. And then I dragged my daughter out shopping yesterday, and we went to Walmart and Sam's. And we were the only ones in the whole stores that did not have masks on, that had no masks. Everybody else had masks on. I couldn't believe it. And you could tell Haley was kind of like very nervous, going, are they going to say anything? Just what are we going to say? Oh, Mama. She said, Mama, this is embarrassing. And I said, embarrassing because you're not being a sheep? You're embarrassed because the scientific data doesn't warrant you wearing a mask and you have underlying health issues and you're embarrassed? It's because she's young. And I said, well, Sissy, you know what? If everything in life that is against the grain is going to make you uncomfortable, you're going to be having a real hard life, because I'm just saying you're going to either be bowing or you've got to live the life that you know is right and hold your head proudly and be nice and courteous to everybody and just go on and do what you think is right. And she says, you're right. And so we sallied through both of those stores and nobody said a word to us. And as far as I know, I don't have any darts implanted in my back. So we see, but we had lots of traffic. So I thought that was definitely a sign for the better.
Made in USA review, it won't let me drop it in there because you have to be a global partner to drop stickers. So I can drop it in our Discord. And
or on Twitter.
Yeah, I can drop it on Twitter for you. You do that.
Thank you for asking. So we hope y'all have had a great week of winning. And Phil, we've had so much go on this week that my head's been swimming. It is hard to keep up with that POTUS.
And if anybody kids themselves into thinking that Joe Biden could ever hold a candle to that man, you're as demented as poor Joe is. I'm just saying.
I just dropped it in Discord, and I'll give you a link. How about that? Oh, I better shut the phone off there. Copy.
Well, we better get cooking. We've got a lot of women to discuss here.
I can't get it to post. I tried a couple times, and it won't let me post it, DLive. I'll figure it out. But I put it in Discord and dropped the link there. Oh, shit. Let me get the folder ready here. I guess the first one... Let me see. What are we going to do first?
We had so much to choose from. You know, just as a little recap, our wonderful post has given us an update on the status of the wall this week. We've had the Supreme Court rulings that we've got to celebrate, and I think some maybe speculation on my part about some of the things that may be going on with Kodak. So we have a lot to cover.
The only one I don't like is the use of executive power, and I think they talked about it on... Somebody talked about it. James R. might have talked about it with somebody, where he can use executive orders at basically at will.
Oh, that was the Supreme Court ruling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was several weeks ago.
I honestly don't like that one, to be honest with you.
Nope.
Because that can come back to bite you.
Gave the president a lot more power.
Yeah, that can come back to bite.
But this week we've had some other good stuff, and I think it's in our material for tonight.
All right.
So we did get a very favorable ruling from the Supreme Court.
Here's the first video.
I can't believe you got to explain this shit to these brain dead ass Negroes. Well, don't your Black Lives Matter? Yeah. And you know why? Because I fucking say that it matters. See, I don't need to go out in the street with a sign screaming this shit like a fucking idiot and throwing a temper tantrum like a damn child. Also, I'm not even remotely worried about being killed by the police. You know why? Come here. Let me tell you. Because I'm not a fucking criminal and I don't go around committing fucking crimes. Also, if I do interact with the police, guess what else I don't do? I don't fight the cops and I don't resist arrest like a fucking moron. I don't know why they always killing us. Really? See, nobody cares about your fucking skin color. Nobody gives a damn about your brown skin. See, it's your fucked up shitty behavior is why people don't like you. That's why I don't like you. You dumb stupid ass motherfuckers.
Oh, that guy's based.
I'm saying, isn't he great?
I'm surprised they didn't
like it is.
boot his ass off of Twitter. That's fake news.
And he has been the toast of the town since you posted that. I was going, yes, yes.
We got another one of those about the protests in Black Lives Matter. I didn't watch this one, though. I watched the other one, but not this one. So we'll see what he says. Come on.
Hey, you want proof that it's never been about Donald Trump? Donald Trump's never been racist. It's never been about Donald Trump being wrong for the country. Just look what the Democrats in the Senate just did. They blocked the bill, $1.8 trillion, I believe, and that bill would have helped all Americans, every last one of us. This stimulus package would have helped every last one of us. But the Democrats don't give a fuck.
They are still holding that bill up right now. I believe they're looking for money for illegal immigrants is what they want. Illegals to get checks. I think that's one of the big sticking points.
They're here illegally, and they want to give them taxpayer money that we are having to freaking borrow, people. There is no money. They are borrowing or printing this money. Wake the hell up.
I think it's $600.
They also wanted to give them free health care and open borders so everybody in the world could just come sweeping in and get full benefits, not ever have to do anything. I mean, good gosh. Irritates me to death.
I think it's $600 per illegal immigrant she's trying to get. So you're talking
She
about
kiss my grits. I don't care if it's $6. No.
10 to
They are here illegally.
roughly 10 to 15 million illegals, $600 a piece.
Oh, I think that I've seen estimates as high as 30 million. That we don't really even know how many. They have not updated the numbers in years. They're using antiquated numbers.
They'll be climbing
They do
over
not
that
really
wall.
even know.
They'll be climbing over that wall like ants at a picnic if she gets her way.
Oh, I'm saying, talk about
They
being
don't give
run
a fuck.
over now.
Fuck
Goodness.
about helping Americans. They don't give a fuck about what race you are. They don't care about what LBGT, whatever community you belong to. They care about power. All of this shit is about power. All of the media hysteria is about power. Control and power, control and power. Every day that an American dies, suffers, or finds themselves hungry, you thank the damn Democrats for it, because that's what the fuck they've been doing. Fucking up public trust, fucking up the economy, and blaming this shit on Trump like it's his fault when it's fucking them. Be aware, man.
Ooh.
Amen. I love him. He
Starting
tells
to
it like it is.
see a lot of black people speaking out now. It didn't help that a black man was stabbed in Portland trying to defend the courthouse. So it's
That's
not
terrible.
about Black Lives Matter anymore. It's about destruction.
I know. And remember, the thing that remember POTUS won last time with 6 or 9% of blacks, and the Rasmussen, I think it was, came out saying that they have he's up to 45% now. It's going to be a landslide if we keep our pedal to the metal. Just saying.
Well, the majority of black
cannot
people
take it for granted.
The majority of black people saw what he was doing. He was actually doing something in black communities with opportunity zones.
Yeah.
I'm not big on the prison reform, but some people got in for drugs. Yeah, maybe pot or whatever. They should have been let out. But New York State took it a step farther and really messed up the state with the bail reform, because all the other states are getting our prisoners because we're letting them out. We're not putting them in jail until trial. So you're getting our heroin dealers and our arsonists because they can flee the state. It's going to cost the state a fortune to track these people down.
They won't do it. If they didn't care to hold on to them, they won't. They'll just wait until they murder or rape or pillage somebody else.
Might as well go
And
on
let
with
that
the
state worry about them and then extradite them back on that other country state's dime. That is absolutely the most insane thing I have ever heard. And that's just as bad, if not worse, as Portland their city council unanimously voted to do away with their police department and go to this woke using of community advisors. Yeah, community advisors. Our police are getting killed at a record rate, policemen, but these community advisors will be safe out there with all those psychos. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, New York
I'm
State
telling you,
is becoming
the people there, their houses are worth nothing now. So many people have them up for sale, they said.
Yeah, New York State's becoming a real shithole now. Fortunately, in our county, our sheriff is arresting arsonists, and unfortunately, on the radio, he flat out said we have to let him go. A heroin dealer dealing heroin. I mean, a felony offense, right? They had to let him go. No bail. Yep. So where do you think, the sheriff's 100% right. Where do you think he's going to do? He's going to skip town. He won't be in the state. He'll be in another state dealing heroin.
Yeah, he will. He'll be somebody else's problem very soon.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Our problem in New York
Unbelievable.
State is New York City. We can just get them to
The large cities
realize
in every state is the problem.
we can get.
But remember, we covered last week that in record numbers, people are moving back out into the rural areas.
No, we don't
There's
want
a
them.
huge boom in real estate out there.
No, fuck New York City. We don't want them out here because they're going to come out here and vote for the Democrat because they're retarded.
are.
They're going to come out here and mess up the rest of the state because they're retarded. They
That's
knew
the
it
same
didn't
way
work
we're
in
at
New York
Texas.
City, and they're going to move
Texas.
out here and they're going to just wreck it out here because that's all they do. New York City is the reason why we don't have fracking, manufacturing, or anything out in the rest of the state.
Mm-hmm.
It's all New York City's fault. Now they want to move out here
Yeah,
and
in
wreck it.
fact, POTUS was covering that at the. He came out to visit a company out here in Midland, and he covered that Joe Biden's wanting to shut down fracking with his Green New Deal that he's adopted from his little squad cheerleader AOC. And he said, you know what? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard to say that they would do that. Think of how that is going to affect Texas, Oklahoma,
Pennsylvania.
some of the Dakotas. I mean, there's so many, yes. And you think Texas is going to vote for a man that wants to do that and wants to kill our cows? Have you ever tried to come between a Texan and his steak? Oh, dear God. That might be as deadly a position to be in as between Hillary and any political seat she wanted.
His entire platform is far left Marxism, communism, whatever you want to call it, written by AOC and Bernie Sanders. But Bernie's mad because it doesn't go far left enough. Oh, crap. You got to hear some of the stuff in his platform.
It is craziness, I know.
Yep.
Well, that's the point. I think that we're fixing to get a little free demonstration of what being really left is like in Portland, unfortunately for the people that live there.
We got one more rant.
I can't keep my mouth shut any longer, so it's time for me to exercise my First Amendment rights. And I'm not going to do it by standing on some street corner whining about how I feel like I've been mistreated. Nor am I going to destroy my community or assault people who are trying to protect what they've worked for. So this message goes out to you panty-waist, spineless Antifa bitches. Law enforcement officers swear to an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America and protect the citizens of their community from people who mean them harm. But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, who's there to protect the police officers from people who mean them harm? That's our second line of defense. That's me, motherfucker, and there's plenty of people out there who feel the exact same way I do. Now, my oath expired a long time ago. That means I get to play by your fucking rules. The difference is I'm not going to hide behind a mask. I'm not going to run in the face of adversity. We're well armed. We're well trained. You're not ready for the fight you started. So I suggest you pack up your participation trophies and go the fuck home to your mom.
Woohoo! I like
Oh.
that testosterone man.
You know, New York State is getting, a lot of people here are getting sick of Cuomo, and I don't know if anybody saw the article, but people had a concert in Southampton, I think it was. Maybe 1,000 people showed up for a concert. The people who organized it have been arrested because they weren't following the rules. But
it was okay for them to herd zillions of people into the funeral for John Lewis this week, pack them in like sardines so that Obama could get on his soapbox and make that poor man's funeral a political statement? You mean...
Yeah. And you can go out
that-
into thousands and protest, and the organizers of the
and march with
protests
Black
are
Lives
not being
Matter, that is
arrested.
just fine.
Yep, as long
You
as
can't
it's...
go to church.
You can, yes, you can. Bring a Black Lives Matter protest sign with you.
Oh.
Apparently, he doesn't give a shit about that. You can protest all you want. Thousands, 5,000 people heard it. I don't get it. People are getting fed up with it
I'd
because
be
this is
calling my
bullshit.
church service a protest.
Yep, you all
That's what I'd be
followed the rules. If you don't follow the rules, you
We're
go to jail.
protesting on the behalf of Jesus.
New York
Come
City
on,
is emptying out Rikers Island, yet they're arresting people for having a outdoor concert. Can you believe this?
Absolutely insane. I saw an advertisement from on Twitter today from the city of Los Vegas, and they were encouraging people to rat on each other if they saw violations or had questions. So in other words, if you want to rat on your neighbor, or if you need clarification so you can rat on your neighbor, be sure to call us at 1-800-I'm-a-Karen. And I just told them, I said, you know what? I think you people are dumber than you look. I'm just saying.
In New York State, they're still encouraging you to turn in a business so that they can lose their business license or liquor license for not following the rules. You must follow the rules. More protest stuff here. We got a couple more, and then we'll move on. Let's see. Oh, this is a protest sign. Someone hacked the road sign. Do not slow for protesters. Liberals are pussies. Trump 2020. Do not slow for protesters.
I want to give them a big old hug.
You know what our signs here in New York say? Wear a mask. Although, I'll say it again. If you're going into a small business in New York State, wear a mask. Just don't, because there are people out there trying to rat them out and cost them their business license. You don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not their fault. The governor is just gone insane with power now. He's having people arrested for not following the rules.
Well, there is a huge recall going on. I heard that the recall Gavin Newsom has just gotten a huge shot in their arm, and they are like going crazy over it. Michelle, I would offer to go with you, darling, but I'm a little high maintenance. I have to have my bed, and I have to have my pillows. I don't really look good in orange. I mean, Mom always put me in orange and skin and pink, but I didn't like it. So I have to. I'll come bail you out, though. Can I pick you up? Just teasing.
There's one more. Come on. Open up.
Well, as you can see, it's another party fest here with Andy and Brandy Tifas gathering here tonight. A bunch of Kyles and Sharons running around just free out of their parents' basement here tonight. Now coming from the back with a nice takedown, starting to neutralize the situation. They're starting to scatter like cockroaches. They're probably hangry. They probably need some Hot Pockets, maybe some Lunchables. But those got destroyed during that takedown there. You can see smeared cheese and ham crackers all over the ground. Now serving up dessert with some rubber bullets as they continue to scatter like little cockroaches, trying to scream foul like, oh my God, oh my God, let us just destroy the city. It's our right to destroy every business. As they continue to run like little bitches, you can hear them scream. And it's time to go home, man. Go back to playing some Fortnite or end up getting smashed.
Portland is screwed right now because the city council voted to eliminate any tear gas or rubber bullets for the cops to use to break up these riots.
I know. So that, you know, see, again, they're trying to force the hand of violence because that leaves an officer only with lethal means to defend himself, which is what they're wanting to happen. They're wanting the cops to shoot somebody else. They're wanting them to kill somebody so that they can jump up and down and use it to incite more violence. I mean, how people can't wake up and see this is beyond me. I am telling you, I tweeted out today, I think that common sense has certainly gotten to be a superpower. But we know the truth behind this bill. We know these are not, tax-paying, God-fearing citizens out there protesting. This is a absolute coup attempt to take over through the use of anarchists. These people have hijacked any well-meaning citizens or well-meaning people that were out there. They've hijacked it all. All they want is more violence, and they want to cause it. They want to give these people more reason to keep on just throwing a hissy fit. Absolutely. Sad.
Yeah, it's going to get uglier as
That's
the
right,
summer
Tucker.
goes on. And don't anticipate New York State, California, Michigan, and probably New Jersey opening schools in the fall. I could read the tea leaves in New York State. He's probably not going to allow them to open.
That is ridiculous. I know a lot of the school districts around here have pushed it to September 8th. So that's just a few weeks behind. And I know that the numbers, and isn't it interesting that just suddenly, after POTUS has had to cancel the in-person GOP convention, that all of a sudden, all the COVID numbers are dropping in Florida and in Texas and all these places in the heat, where everybody knows a virus cannot survive in this heat and humidity. Hell, I can barely survive half the time. I was just sitting there talking with Haley's convention that all go to a wedding tonight, and I was going, I don't know how people lived in Texas before they had air conditioning. Because down here, we run air conditioner to air conditioner like y'all run from heater to heater during the winter. And I just can't even imagine him to live here without air conditioning. It just blows my mind. And, it just blows me away. Absolutely.
Got one more video. This one was interesting. Let's make sure the volume's up. Yep.
I'm an American citizen, such as the Trump people. They just don't want to see it.
Hey, I wanted to take you over here with me to the Trump supporter side, and maybe you can show me if there is racism over here that I should be concerned about. He wants to know if he's going to be safe inside there if he goes.
Yeah, come on in. You go with us.
We'll welcome you with open arms.
Hey, you guys are almost changing me around. Hold on, a few more, I might change my mind. I don't see enough of me to represent with me here.
Hey, you're with us. That's all that matters, brother.
It don't black, white don't mean shit.
Now I'm going to go over with the demonstrators with him, and he's going to follow me around and see if I get treated with love and tolerance.
Little fucking Nazi bitch.
We're not ready. Yeah, no one can hear what you're saying. You can, bitch. How do we become blind?
Oops. Oops. I think he just got a dose of reality there.
I think he did. I think he just saw their true colors, didn't he? And I was glad that he made himself available to see that, though. You see a lot of them there that wouldn't do that.
And this is what they want in place of Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on, video.
Sad.
This is former Vice President Joe Biden, the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee. Now, everyone knows that Joe Biden is a human gaffe machine, and it seems like every time he speaks, there's some sort of blunder or awkward moment.
Look, tomorrow's Superstar Tuesday, and I want to thank you all. I tell you what, I'm rushing ahead, aren't I?
I would eliminate the capital gains tax. I would raise the capital gains tax.
We choose unity over division. We choose science over fiction. We choose truth over facts.
I commuted every single solitary day to.
Hold on, Jim says there's no sound. Let me see.
I want to thank you all. I tell you what, I'm rushing.
I can hear it on D Live.
Let me see.
I can hear it on
I can hear it on
too.
Periscope.
So it might be on your end, Jim.
Jim, you might go out and come back in, honey. Sometimes it
Wilmington,
helps
Delaware,
with the sound.
over 500 miles a day. 250 miles a day. There's a lot of really talented people we have out there. Kamala Harris, you got Cory Booker, you got the former mayor of Massachusetts. You got a lot of talented people.
So in this video, we're going to be counting down the top 30 Biden bloopers of the 2020 election cycle. So far. So, as many of you know, President Trump calls Joe Biden Sleepy Joe, and with good reason.
You know, the rapidly rising I don't know.
So starting off at number 30, here's a clip of VP Biden on Fox News Sunday with Chris Wallace trying to prove Trump otherwise.
I can hardly wait to debate him on stage. I want people to see me standing next to him and him standing next to me. We'll see who's sleepy.
Mr. Vice President, thank you. Thanks for your time. Please come back in less than 13 years, sir.
All right, Chuck. Thank you very much.
All right. It's Chris, but anyway.
Chris. I just did Chris. No, I just did Chuck. I tell you what, man, these are back to back. Anyway.
No, not sleepy at all. Blooper number 29 occurred during the November Democratic debate when Joe Biden claimed that of all the candidates, he would be able to get the most support from the black community in the general election and gave some examples.
Real quick, I see the Great Irrational Times in the chat. Make sure you follow Irrational Times, some good shows on YouTube and D Live. And he creates a lot of awesome show openers for Boogie and the Joy of Pessy song that nobody can get out of their head.
I'm part of that Obama coalition. I come out of the black community in terms of my support. If you notice, I have more people supporting me in the black community that have announced for me because they know me. They know who I am. 3 former chairs of the Black Caucus, the only African-American woman that ever been elected to the United States Senate, a whole range of people. My point is,
that's not true. The other one is here.
I said the first.
No, he said the
Except if you rewatch the clip, he said the only black African-American woman, not the first.
The only African-American woman that ever been elected to the United States Senate.
But at least he recovered gracefully and owned up to his mistake.
I said the first. I said the first African-American elected.
Number 28 is from back in March, when Biden appeared on MSNBC and spoke to Nicole Wallace. And it didn't go so great.
We should be making those masks. We should be moving on those ventilators. We can do that. Why doesn't he just act like a president? That's a stupid way to say it.
You know, Donald Trump was asked on.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I probably best I don't. I just can't figure the guy. I don't know. It's like watching a yo-yo. I shouldn't have said it that way. It's like watching.
It feels that way. I want to ask.
There's nothing more presidential than constantly cutting yourself off in mid-sentence.
And I tell you what, I'm so darn proud. And those poor people who have lost, anyway.
No, not sleepy at all.
Anyway.
No, he's not sleepy. He's losing his he's losing his marbles. He is. It's sad.
It's sad that they're selling them for 30 pieces of silver, basically. For money and power, she's willing to make her husband or let him make an absolute fool out of himself.
They don't even let him answer questions now. There's a handler holding his arm now, dragging him right to the car. That's obvious now. It's obvious. They know. They know he's not all up, not there
and there's
upstairs.
Still people, what's just as scary? That there's still people willing to cast a vote for the man. But, I'm still a firm believer. I don't really think it's going to be him. Just wait. Something's going to happen to him. I'm just saying.
Well, I think the Democrats are going to ask for a delay in the election because they're going to have to select somebody new.
Join us.
Thank you for the follow, Oregon Patriot.
I think they've got somebody waiting in the wings.
No, I think it's going to be too late, though. They're going to have to ask for time. We need time because it's already August.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to.
But
I think
the
that's why
they can do their because they use those super delegates. Remember, they do all sorts of funky things.
the only way.
Dems don't care about rules, and Dems don't care about laws.
Well, you can't just all of a sudden in late October or mid-October select somebody else.
If it's somebody with big name recognition, you can.
They can. It's not enough time. That's what they're going to say. They're going to ask for more time.
Watch.
They're going to ask.
I'm excited to see.
They're going to ask.
It's going to
be
a real. It's going to be a real fun thing to get to sit back and watch either way, isn't it?
I think you can see it, and I think that's why Trump said we should postpone or delay the election, because I think he knows Biden's in serious trouble here. He can't.
I think that the reason that POTUS put that out there is to put the Dems in a trap, because they've been saying mail-in voting will win. I believe that pretty soon that it's going to be proven that hydrochloroquine is just like what we have said all along, way back when the very first article that I read about hydrochloroquine, my heart just resonated with that, and I came on and said, that's our silver bullet. And I bet you nothing, it may cure other things as well. But I think that when the things that are going to happen between now and then happen, and it comes out about the hydrochloroquine, then I think that POTUS was, taking away, because if mass work, why can't we do in-person voting? What's the problem with that?
I think
so now he's got them either way they go.
This is my opinion. I think that he knows Joe Biden isn't going to make it to the end.
Mm-hmm.
And if they select him at the convention, if they even have one, but you're going to see Biden his people try to everything they possibly can to get him out of the debates.
Mm-hmm.
They've already put it out there. One of his handlers said that we need to see Trump's tax returns before we debate.
First. Yes, I saw that.
They're trying everything they can. They know he's cooked.
Biden blooper number 27 is something that you might have seen recently.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Joe.
I'm coming directly to you for ask a quick favor.
The utter incompetence of Joe Biden's staff is stunning. Not only did they not catch that Biden flubbed the line, but then they still decided to make it into an ad and push it out to millions of people.
I'm coming directly to you for ask a quick favor.
And we're really supposed to believe that this is the guy that's leading in the polls? Yeah, sure. Number 26 in the countdown is Joe Biden at a climate change town hall hosted by CNN.
I would see to it for immediately moving toward, we're in fact in a position now that if in fact we dealt with mitigation across the board, just what we did in the last administration and before, leading to a standard that we provide efficiency for appliances.
What?
That saves billions of gallons of gasoline. I mean, billions of $2.3 billion worth of, $500 billion in savings and 2-something billion metric tons of CO2 going in the air.
Oh, my brain hurts. Coming in at number 25 is when Joe Biden...
Maybe
Did anybody understand what he said?
Might, in the interest of time, maybe ought to skip down to just like maybe the last one or top 1 and 2. Because I know we had some other stuff we need to cover too. If we can squeeze it in.
6, 5, 4.
Sad that they can do like
go to
that
number
with
3.
30.
Of independence.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. Sounds corny. Not a joke. Think about it. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by Go. You know the thing.
You know the thing. That
Number
thing.
2 on the countdown happened
Inconsequential
during a
thing.
speech to members of the Asian and Latino Coalition in Iowa. Let's watch.
We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids. Not really, but think how we think about it.
And it should be no surprise that when it came to the coalition endorsing a candidate, it wasn't Biden. And finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, the number 1 Biden blooper of the countdown.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sure I don't need to point this out, but Biden saying that you're not black if you vote for Trump is very racist. I can't imagine that most people could get away with saying that, including Trump. On top of that, Joe Biden made some dubious claims.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see
Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years.
Biden is referring to Senate Bill 2703, the Voting Rights Act Reauthorization and Amendments Act of 2006. Biden didn't write the bill, nor was he the sponsor. That would be Arlen Specter, a Republican. So while Biden is bragging that he extended the Voting Act, the bill passed the Senate with a vote of 98-0. Biden was not vital to the bill in any way.
I have a record that is second to none.
Oh
The
my
NAACP
goodness.
has endorsed me every time I've run.
And that's not true
Part of it is
at
running
all.
for president.
The
This is
NAACP was
third
forced to
time.
release a
Who
statement
else
saying,
runs
we want to
in
clarify that the
Mississippi? This place
NAACP is a nonpartisan organization and does not endorse candidates for political office at any level. Anyway, Biden addressed the whole "you ain't black" comment in a conference call to the U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce.
I shouldn't have been such a wise guy. I shouldn't have been so cavalier in responding to what I thought was anyway.
Anyway, notice that Biden didn't really apologize. But yes, he shouldn't have been such a wise guy and so cavalier, but he also shouldn't have been so racist. But since Biden is now the presumptive nominee, Democrats have no other choice. And that means that Joe Biden gets a pass. I know you're shocked. And that's it.
Yeah, he's got some cognitive problems because he can't read, and that's one of the very first stages where you can't read. You lose your place when you're reading. So, yeah, my neighbor had it, dementia.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when he started reading, he'd lose his place. He didn't even know what he was talking about. So you can see it. Pretty obvious now.
Oh, you can see it in a lot of areas. I think he's well advanced. So, very interesting.
Someone to care for, to be there for. I have James Woods.
Someone to do for, muddle through for. You have James Woods.
And I don't know why every time I play a sound, the XSplit is freezing up. Every single time.
I don't know.
That's weird.
Something's been off tonight on everything. Seems like.
Yeah.
Every time you play that song, I have to dance along with it. It's such a happy little song.
Okay, we
What's
got
our
it
first
back.
James Wood?
The first one is a tweet. Oh, let me get over there. Come on. Wow, it's moving real slow. Real James Woods. Let's see what he's got to say. It has been widely suggested that the thing was developed in Wuhan virology lab in Wuhan, China, and accidentally leaked into the population. Pure speculation, but if true, this question remains: what was the intended use for this designer virus in the first place? I think it was to shut down, my opinion, Hong Kong. I think they were trying to shut down the Hong Kong protests without having to send in Chinese troops to do it. That's just my opinion, though.
I think that probably definitely was one of their reasons. I think there was probably a lot of reasons. Number one, they definitely knew that all the people there that had come in to celebrate their holiday were infected, and they let them go out throughout the world. So they knew what that would do to the rest of the world too. So I think that this was definitely, in my eyes, not only was it about Hong Kong, but I think it was an all-out war. I think it's a cyber war with America. I think it's everything they can do to us, like sending these seeds. I heard a very interesting show on that sometime this week, and all these different states have been receiving these seeds in the mail, and they were saying that they're very worried about it, not because of just the seeds, thinking that it is probably a very invasive species, but they felt like that was the CCP overtly and aggressively testing to see what they could send into the United States, whether it could be a virus, it could be something chemically treated, it could be a lot of different things. They were going through the whole list of what they could send through the mail. It's scary because if they sent all of that at once through the mail, how many people could die before we could find out what they were doing and stop it? I hadn't thought about it in those terms. I thought about it more in the lines of what they might send, as far as a vegetation or a plant. But I didn't think about that they could use that as a biological weapon, basically. And that's terror. So every chance they get, China shows they're really at war with us. They just haven't declared it. And I think that we've got to be very concerned about them. I think, thank God, that President Trump is the one standing between us, because we all know that the Dems have been working in conjunction with CCP, and they have sold us out. The very day the very first case of the Wuhan arrived in Oregon was the same day that Nancy Pelosi got off her duff after 2 months and walked the impeachment articles over. That was timing. They're in cahoots with them. They're sold out to them. And that's another reason why Dianne Feinstein came out this week defending China. If you notice, you can tell exactly who is dirty, who's worried, because every one of them have come out for China. They've been excusing China. They've been making, they're coming along so nicely. We need to extend courtesy to them. Honey, we don't extend courtesy to anybody that kills, 150,000 Americans, because that's basically what they did. So, Dianne Feinstein, if you ever see this, you can kiss my fanny. I hope that you rot in Gitmo for the rest of your freaking natural-born life if they don't nuke you. I'd rather them just take you back out and shoot you, like we do with most traitorous, treasonous traitors. I can't even say anything bad enough about that woman. Be decent. Just say. That was my long 2 cents.
Alrighty, it's after 9 o'clock, so we're gonna shut this down, get the speakeasy people in, and get set up for that. So thank you for coming. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Guys, I didn't get to tell you, we're fixing it 300 miles on the wall. Stopping drugs, illegals, disease, human trafficking. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of POTUS this week so that we couldn't stop the wall. And POTUS gave Kodak a huge grant, multi-million-dollar grant. And I think it is to start the base operations to move a lot of our drugs and pharmaceuticals back to America. We've had tons of great winning, and they're raising the rates on immigration fees up 81%. They're trying to make them, because we actually are losing money right now even on immigration fees. So there's been so much winning. So guys, don't give up, keep in the fight. Come back and see us on the Speakeasy. And don't forget to come back and see us next week for Promises Kept. See you on the flip side.
Thanks for the follow,
See how quick I got that
Cavo. We'll see you in about 10 minutes on the Speakeasy.
Bye, y'all. Come back.
started to fade away. Now my heart says you're leaving. I hope to see you again someday.